this is perhaps something for an email rather than on the call now, but there's a guy called Stephen Miller who works at Power to Change, who worked at the Business Design Centre, who would definitely be a good person for you to talk to at some point, because this is really his thing. And he's worked across the kind of traditional business design space and in social enterprise quite a bit. So slight aside, but definitely worth having a conversation with him, I would have thought. I was just thinking about, and following on from the comment about so stage of social enterprise, we're doing some stuff at the moment looking at kind of the different relationships between revenue generation and social or environmental mission, and the significance of that for various outcomes. And I was just wondering, in the context of design and kind of, again, traditional businesses compared to social enterprises, the extent to which the framework, and I don't really necessarily think it doesn't do this, but that it's a factor, and perhaps when you're having your interviews with social enterprise, it's something that you test a bit more, whether it resonates sufficiently with different types of model, given the diversity of social enterprise and different emphasis on revenue generation versus mission, because it's Andrew talking about the profit factor is important, and certainly there's a spectrum of social enterprises for whom that will be a priority versus those for whom it's a bonus, with the social mission being much more, and they're kind of a bit more operating at the charity end. And I guess how they factor in a design approach, these are some of the things that may be variables that affect, I don't know, degree of interest or potential impact of engaging with this type.
I think it's the matter of how the social enterprise engaged with the design. They can understand design for their business. It's again another challenge. Okay.
You're asking us now to look at the bottom square of your So again, I'm not sure how much of an aside this is, but we've been looking a little bit at sort of R&D budgets, and I've forgotten what it's called. There's a tax relief at the moment for sort of R&D and infrastructure, and looking at the potential impact of having a much more holistic approach to R&D in terms of the fiscal system and subsidies and so on, and what that might look like for social enterprise. We run a monthly survey, and we ask specifically in terms of if such a subsidy, such tax relief covered impact measurement, impact data collection, that sort of thing, the impact that will have. But I think it probably extends to thinking about design in a broader context than
I agree.
Design. So
I agree.
In terms of like what we might do to engage with this stuff, that type of policy engagement to benefit social enterprise might be where we might do some stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I just wonder why Social Enterprise UK doesn't really support the kind of aspect of social enterprise, because I asked some of social enterprises in the UK whether they are aware of design support program or similar program from the Social Enterprise UK, but they say they're not really aware of it.
Yeah, we don't. So we're a membership body, so we kind of lobby and campaign members rather than providing support. So we run webinars and that sort of thing, but we're not like an accelerator and incubator. We don't have any funds or finance that we provide. So I guess that's mainly, we don't provide that kind of support for anything. Not that we don't provide it for this particularly, but we certainly, and Angie might have other things to say about this, certainly haven't done any explicit focus on this, and that's definitely something different, because one of the things we do quite a bit is showcase and signpost and lobby and do sort of policy influencing stuff. So that would be more our role rather than actually us delivering advice and guidance.
That's if there is a demand you can see from social enterprises, they need the design support, and you can lobby to government and even the local government to develop the initiatives and funding scheme for social enterprises, right? That is the main role of your organization.
Yeah, and I guess the only other thing I'd say on that is it hasn't really come up. and that, in my experience, that's not necessarily a reflection of the fact that it's not an issue or that it's not being discussed, but it's